Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to WoW Classic Wrath and our Northrend leveling. We are going to start things out today at the airstrip. Have a couple of quests here that we put off grabbing to do our Nexus run. So let's take a look at what they have for us. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay, I think we're ready for the penultimate assault. Before you can bring down Mechazod, you're going to have to dismantle his lieutenants first. You'll find Twonky, ED-210, Max Blasto, and the Grinder at West Point, North Point, Mid Point, and South Point stations respectively. Oh, I'll just memorize all that. To get to them, to get them to show up, just turn the valves at the stations to mess up whatever they're trying to do out there. You can't miss the places. They all sparkle. Like everything sparkles in the game now.
Very well, then. Honored, I'm sure.
And check in with Bixie. You're a proven hero. I have another problem. My boss, Tinky, went east with Bixie, and I can't get the outgoing on this thing to work. Tinky's the only one that can fix it, and we really need a working 100%.
Alrighty, then.
Okay, we can go track her down. Turn that down a little bit. And we have one more to pick up. It's... where is it? It's probably in the building, I guess. In the building and up the elevator.
Pleased to meet you.
Finding pilot Tailspin. I should have flown the mission myself. It's not that I don't trust Tailspin. Far from it. Heck, he was the best wingman I ever flew with. No, it's just that my responsibility is to lead on a mission of such import. I sent Tailspin out with our fastest recon squadron to gather information about the Nerubian infestation in the middle of Geyser Fields. The last report we received placed his squadron in the pools to the far south and just west of the Nerubian sinkholes. Find Tailspin.
You have a great day now.
We will find him. Okay, so what do we want to do first? Do we want to head north and go for the stuff for Crafty? And there's another objective here. I wonder if some of these drop from enemies and maybe it's an item on the ground as well. There's also a quest called Get Me Outta Here, which if it's not an escort quest, I'd be really surprised. Yeah, escort Bonker to safety. I really don't like escort quest. Let's go get that one out of the way first. Yep, escort quests kind of bother me, so... let's go do that. That'll be done. And then we can do the non-escorty things. So, the Magmoth followers have the stuff? Yes, the Magmoth foragers. And the shaman. These are the snowbolts. Not to be confused entirely with kobolds. I'm wondering if we're going into this place. Yeah, it seems like we are probably going in. Okay, I'm actually really surprised that there wouldn't be, like, another quest here. Maybe I'm thinking of the quest that I remember doing on the Horde side. I think there was a kill quest in here. This group is definitely doing the escort, so who knows if he'll be back there. We can give some buffs out here. Oh, you're out of range. Can I not greater buff somebody unless they're in my group? Is that the problem? That was probably the problem. So the stuff is in crates, and we can also get it from the guys. Yeah, I feel like this place is too big to send us in here for one quest and an escort. It seems like that would be kind of a waste. Why do I have the feeling we're going to be sent back here later? Yeah, like we have to... obviously we're going to be sent back to fight this guy, right? Do we want to be in here right now? I wonder. Maybe we don't come in here yet. Maybe we work on getting her items on the outside. Because I feel like there would eventually be a quest to fight these guys. Or to do something with them. It doesn't seem like they would just be here for us to come down and fight the kobolds for the one quest and then take an escort quest. It feels like the Magmoth Crushers would probably be for their own quest. So let's cruise around topside and see if we can find any snowbolts. Here we go. But do these guys actually drop the item? Or is Questy just a little bit confused? It's hard to say. We've killed a handful of them. I'm getting the feeling that maybe they don't drop the item, but there are crates around here, so that works out. It would kind of make sense to, as much as possible, give the Horde and Alliance quest different objectives in the same area, so that while you're competing with other people on your faction for the objectives, you're not also competing with the opposite faction. That would make sense. Whether or not that's what's happening here, who knows? Obviously, I'm not paying attention to my health at all. But hey, happy to have lay on hands. Kind of hoping some of the crates would respawn, but apparently there. Oh, there's some over here. That's good. Well, there's one over here. I shouldn't say some. Well, the problem isn't that there aren't any crates. The problem right now is that everyone is grabbing the crates before we can get to them. The good news is we got the item. Yeah, it's probably worth it just to get completely murdered by like 7 fire totems. Well, now we know we can get killed easily by pulling, you know, a couple too many kobolds, snowballs, and just getting melted by magic damage is always really fun as a paladin. So yeah, how many more do we need? Far too many. One more, far too many. Ready to be done with this one. If there is a drop rate for them on these enemies for this item, then it has to be infinitely tiny. And look at this one. This one respawned, I guess, while we were doing the corpse run, so that's perfect. Alright, let's come back down to the south. And we're not going to turn in right away. Let's go reprogram the robots and use the valve. We can reprogram any of the robots. So let's do this. Do they have to be dead? Target a dead robotic unit. Yeah, I can just read the item there, and it will tell me.
Intruder alert.
The cool thing is that they follow us around after we reprogram them.
Warning. Intruder alert.
I don't know if they deal any actual damage to the enemies, but it's cool flavor. I don't know why they shrink and become tiny once we reprogram. Maybe that's part of what we do when we reprogram them. We just like build them smaller. Because they get small and they follow us. This guy didn't do that though. Only the alarm bots. Oh, he didn't even count, did he? Wait, did we get him? I gotta actually get him with a screwdriver. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he does the same thing. So now we have a bunch of little robots.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Oh, they're back there fighting that one for me. That's nice of them.
Warning. Warning. Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
They do seem to be time limited, and there's probably a limitation on how many we can have following us at once.
Warning. Warning. Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
If we target just the melee guys, I could probably do bigger pulls.
Warning. Warning. Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Warning. Warning. Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Now the gnome is not going to count towards this, just the
Warning.
sentry bots.
Warning. Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Somebody else has their little pets back here fighting something, and I think they've run off. Or maybe that's them right over here. Alright, we need 2 more.
Warning, warning. Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Let's twist the West Point Station valve, and it spawns this guy, who we saw somebody else fighting a minute ago, so not really a huge surprise there. Oh, it'll spawn him over and over and over again, apparently. That's something. Okay, so we did get him. Let's make our way over to the next one. This will be the last of the reprogrammed robots we need. So yeah, now we just need the stations. We probably should have been a little bit smarter about that, and I should have been making my way to the stations as we cleared these guys. Would have been a little bit better. This might get us into some trouble. You see how we turn this knob, and no matter how many times we turn it, this guy will spawn? That's basically how every quest for a named NPC should be. There should be some way to just interact with the world there where anybody who needs the enemy can just spawn him. And that would eliminate, you know, people having to stand around, form lines and stuff to tag enemies, because clearly they have the technology to do it. We just saw it in action. We twist a lever, a guy spawns, we kill him, we twist it again, he spawns again. You can literally sit there and spawn him all day. And yeah, I think that would be very nice to have for every time we have to go kill a named NPC. Instead of having to camp at their body and hope for the best.
Warning, warning. Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Alright, we do have 3 more to go. They're all going to be to the north, so let's head that way. Let's go grab the furthest one first, and then we'll work our way back in. Oh no, the only one we really need is the ED-210. I guess it keeps tracking them all. It keeps tracking them all, even after we've hit them. Which actually makes it kind of hard for me to keep track of which ones we've hit and which ones we haven't. Huh, okay. And then hovering over it doesn't tell us any more info. Okay, here he is. This is the one with ED-210. Let's do it.
Warning, warning, intruder alert, intruder
Alright,
alert.
he didn't actually pop out that time.
Warning, warning, intruder alert, intruder alert. Warning,
There we go.
intruder alert, intruder alert.
Okay, that one is done. Do we want to come out here and do the check-in with Bixie? Let's do that before we go back to town. Alright, we're getting into a different looking area here on the slopes of these mountains. Bixie is surprisingly still alive.
Hey!
Keep your voice down. We wouldn't want to attract any attention from these beasts. Okay. What do you need, Paladin? Tiki and I came out here stalking some old magnetar. Apparently, those caves up there are where they go to die. Of course, we had no idea that they were going to get plagued when they went in there. We can't have plagued things just roaming about. It's not healthy. Say, why don't you put down a number of those things while I figure out what our next step should be? We need to kill 10 plagued magnetar. Yep, they're plagued. They can't be plagued. We don't want the plague out here.
Alrighty then.
Let's go put them down. No, she said in the cave. She did say specifically that they were in the cave. So let's head over to the cave entrance. Well, they're all around out here too. This is not a cave. Oh, it's a cave, but it's not like a cavern. Okay, so this guy is doing some kind of ritual. I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. I just know we can't attack that guy, even though all the information says to the contrary. Yeah, we can't attack him. Very weird. Okay. In that case, I guess we're waiting for respawns. We could keep running down here, see if we get lucky in a different area. Apparently it's going to be pretty fierce competition out here for these guys. And there don't seem to be a ton of them. We have also aggroed this worm here. Giant tundra crawler. Yeah, we're getting lucky all the way out here. There aren't many players all the way out here, and the ones that were killed recently have just respawned. How cool looking are these guys? The answer is very cool looking. Oh, we have a worm, a mammoth, and a magnetar. It's a party now. Yeah, it's official. I think we have hit the end of the area. Yep, let's turn it back around. And we'll grab the respawns. And that is it for that quest. Let's go turn it in and we'll see if it chains into anything else. I think I'm going to put myself in the queue for Utgard. I would like to finish the quest there. Of course, the first thing to attack us just dismounts us. Why not? Why wouldn't it? Oh, hello. Nice work, but I'd grab a shower next time you get a chance. Now, let's really deal with the problem out here. So while you were out taking care of those plagued beasts, I took a peek inside the caves up there. There are cultists in there plaguing them. They have some sort of noxious concoction brewing in a cauldron. I have a powder that I normally use as an anti-poison, and I mixed it up with some other stuff. I think it'll neutralize their brew. Take it up to one of those caves and see if it works.
Right.
You would think it will neutralize it? What if it makes it 1,000 times worse and they mutate into some super powerful things? That would be bad. Okay, let's sprinkle a little bit in here, and we'll just see what happens. This guy is fine with us being here. It's totally fine. So they said it neutralized it. I don't know if we get to see anything happen to this guy. Apparently not. Oh, we don't have to do both caves. We just needed to do one or the other? Alright. Fine.
Salutations!
I knew you had it in you. Now there's something else that I need to ask you to take care of. Okay, let's take the shoulders to sell them. Rats, Tiki went into the necropolis. I told Tinky not to go off on her own, but she just had to check out that crashed necropolis to the west. I'm 100% certain that those cultists came from inside that thing, which means I'm now 100% certain that Tinky is in trouble. She's the airstrip's #1 engineer. Without her, we're doomed. I'd find her myself, but one of those things got a swipe on my leg before I could vanish again. If anyone can get her out, it's you.
Goodbye for now.
And what else? Might as well wipe out the Scourge. If the cultists up in those caves survive the crash, then the fallen necropolis to the west can only be assumed to still be filled with Scourge. There's probably lots of them out in the front of the pools, too. While you're at Talramus, do you think you could dispatch all of the Lich King's flunkies? So kill everything. 20 Scourge of any type.
Seeing you.
Alright, I guess that's the direction that we're going. We could go back and turn stuff in at town, but let's wrap this stuff up first. We still have inventory space, so we're good. Maybe we want to fight closer to our actual objective. Let's work for the objective first, and then we'll fight the 20 guys wherever we want. Once we know how many we'll need after. Okay, line of sight issues.
My, you're a tall one.
This ghoul just spawned here. Let's take care of him before we try to read the quest. That would be a good idea.
Good day to you.
Hey there, who are you? Bixie sent you? Excellent. Let's get me out of here. The cultist magicked me into this cage, and there's no door to it. Little did they know that I'm the chief transmatter engineer for the airstrip. With your help and a little elbow grease, I won't be in here for long. I'm going to need an engine core crystal from one of the ghouls in here, a magical gyroscope from the doctor, and a piloting scourge stone from their Lich Lord up top. With all that stuff, I should be able to make a port device to get back to Fizzcranks and escape the gnome way. Okay. I mean, yeah, that sounds impossible, but sure, we'll do what you want. So, it's World of Warcraft. It doesn't have to be plausible, possible, it just is. Alright, so we need specific things from around here. Engine core crystals. From festering ghouls. Ultimately, we have to make our way to the top to fight the Lich Lords, so... maybe we try to prioritize that. Finding our way through here is going to be interesting. This is a pretty cool little area that we're in. A crashed necropolis. Can we parkour across this stuff? I mean, someone probably could. We were close, we were close. I don't think they would require us to do anything like that to get where we need to go. Maybe we go up the pathway here. See how they've created a visual pathway up with lanterns and everything. Maybe we go up there. That seems like a decent place to start, doesn't it? Look at that, some stairs. I really appreciate when they use the outside world to create kind of like a single-player dungeon-ish experience for us where we have to navigate through a fortress or ascend a mountain, or in this case climb to the top of a fallen necropolis. It's pretty cool. These guys have this. Yeah, these are horde guys and they've got it. Maybe we can request to join group? Because I'm assuming they're standing here waiting for the same thing that we are? No? Oh, we are. They got us in. Now, the bad thing about that is it actually takes us out of the queue, which maybe means we'll be doing Utgard Keep later this evening. We're pretty close to being able to, ooh, I need those festering ghouls. We're pretty close to being able to afford dual spec, and then we can get our protection spec going. We really could use a one-hander, so next time there's a one-hander up for grabs from a quest reward, we should probably grab it. Because there are plenty of people in the queue, it seems like. It just is a matter of just throwing a group together. No one wants to throw the group together, so we will, we'll do that later if we don't do it soon. Are we just waiting for this guy to respawn? There's no way to, like, make him come out any faster, huh? We could probably work on the kill quest a little bit. This is a pretty slow drop rate. Yeah, they've got guys, and see how we're having to compete against these horde guys for this? Like, we shouldn't have to do this at this point. Shouldn't have to compete against the other faction for objectives like this. Yeah, we got it, thankfully. Now we still need festering ghouls. is we still need some other items here. Magical gyroscopes. Cultist, let's see. We haven't seen the doctor. Oh, here he is. Yes, the doctor. Dr. Razgorin. Let's, do this. Alright, that works, and that means we just need... We need an item from the ghouls, right? Yeah, we need a ghoul item. We haven't really seen many ghouls alive that haven't been tagged, so... This might... You'd think the named guys would be harder to get, but this one might be harder to get. I'm not seeing any ghouls up top here either, unfortunately. Let's check down below. Well, it's not 100% drop rate off the festering ghouls, that's for sure. I feel like same thing here, we're probably better just to camp one of the bodies, sadly. They don't spawn very many of them, they're being killed pretty quickly by all of the other factions' players. And yeah, we know 2 of them spawn over in this area. And one of them spawns down there, so let's park ourselves here for a minute. See if we can get a respawn. There are some over here, like, would we make it there before they got pulled by other people? Probably not. We can try. Oh, look at that. That's fortuitous, I'll take it. Now he's gonna slow us down. I don't know if we're gonna make it over here. We might. There we go. Let's see if we can take on these 3. Maybe we'll get the item we need. We are going out of mana quite a bit. Let's use our mana potion here. We have quite a few of them, so we might as well use them. We got the 20 for the kill quest, and there we go. There's the engineering core. Perfect. That actually worked out.
Pleased to meet you.
Outstanding. Now just a little modification here and a tweak there. My evil twin's out there somewhere now. I'm pretty sure she's not back at the airstrip. In fact, wherever she ended up, it's colder than here, but I could only feel her for a moment. Oh well, I'll reconfigure this thing and port myself back to the airstrip soon enough. In the meantime, do you think you could go east and let Bixie know that I'll meet her back there?
Off and away.
Alright, yep, we can do that. Let's get out of the necropolis. For the record, we could have come outside. Apparently there is like a field full of the festering ghouls we needed, so... knowledge is power.
Hi, how are you?
Tinky's got an evil twin? Well, if she says she's okay, and that she'll be able to get herself back to the airstrip soon, that's good enough for me. We killed the Scourge. The Lich King and his Scourge are really scary, but we can't stop until they are all lying still in new graves. We will take... I don't know, maybe we just take the trinket to sell it. We could take the trinket just to, like, maybe start the rudiments of a healing set? Back to the airstrip. Okay, I think I'm going to start making my way back to the airstrip. Of course, I'm moving a little slower with this leg injury. Say, do you think you could get there ahead of me and pass on the good news?
You have a great
Is she
day
ever
now.
going to make it back to the airstrip? Are they going to ever do any phasing?
Can I help you?
For some reason, in my memories, they did a lot more phasing than maybe they actually do. I thought we would get to see more of the areas change based on the things we had done. But maybe that only happens in specific zones. So I'm not seeing a lot of it here. If I've missed any phasing, you guys call me out and let me know. Because I haven't seen any like obvious phasing where we've like pushed a quest line forward, then we end up in a different version of the world where something is different. And I was kind of thinking we'd see more of that, but apparently we might not. Or it's subtle and I'm missing it. One or the other. It's essentially the same thing. Either it's really subtle and I'm missing it because it's so subtle, or it's not happening. And then, you know, objectively my experience is the same no matter which.
Warning, warning. Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Let's drop our aggro first and let everything leash before we try to talk to any of the quest givers. There we go.
Interesting.
Wow, you survived. I guess all that's left to do now is deal with the Gearmaster Mechazod. Gearmaster Mechazod is insane. He says that he offers us immortality by removing this so-called curse of flesh. But what he's really making are robotic slaves. We're pretty certain that he's still at the plumbing station out in the middle of the pools to the east. The last we saw of him, he was up in the command hut up top. Go there and research his stuff. You must confront Mechazod if gnomes everywhere know everyone everywhere are to stay alive.
Be seeing you. My, you're a tall one.
Okay, there's her supplies. As you may have noticed, we created the airstrip on the southern border of a Magnetar den. Crafty says something uncharitable about Fizz Crank under her breath. The old man has put me in charge of finding a creative solution to the situation. If we don't deal with them soon, they'll come down here and tear us limb from limb. That's where you come in. I want you to get me everything on this shopping list. Okay, tools, capacitor. Great.
You have a great day now.
It's not a kill quest.
Interesting.
Reprogramming those robots is going to turn out to be a huge advantage in our favor in the fight against Gearmaster Mechazod. I think you've earned a little something for that. What do we have here? Leg plates? Strength and stamina. Lots of stamina. Lots and lots of stamina. And crit strike. I think we will take these and maybe equip them.
Very good.
Alright, there we go. And now we go inside the building.
Can I help you?
That's quite a tale. With all the problems out here, it's a wonder that the airstrip hasn't been wiped out already. But thanks to you, there's one less adversary to worry about. I put aside some special things for you for just such an occasion. It's not a blue item, so it's not that special. However, let's go ahead and we'll take the huge stamina boost here on the helmet. And the crit strike.
Be seeing you.
And we will empty our bags over here
Hey.
before we do anything else. Alright, we're up to 830 gold, so our goal is 1,000. Okay, let's go out. What do we want to do first? Let's go find the pilot. Let's before we take on the Gearmaster. Let's go find the pilot.
Greetings.
Thank goodness, it was terrible. There was a bright flash on the ground, and then the next thing I know, the squadron's going down. I'm hurt pretty badly, so I haven't had a chance to comb the site for the other survivors, but something tells me I don't think there will be many. Will you help me complete my mission?
Very well then.
We will.
Honored, I'm sure.
The wolves have been pawing through the wreckage ever since the crash, and I'm afraid they consumed the microfilm from our mission in the process. I have a plan to recover that microfilm, but I need your help to make it work. Go to the south and east in the floodplains live creatures called gorloks. They prepare their food with noxious spices, which would sicken any other creature. If you can gather enough spice pouches from the gorlok steam belchers, or gorlok waddlers, I can make wolf bait.
Very good.
Oh good, wolf bait. Yeah, we can make some wolf bait. I'm hoping that we are going to make them puke up the microfilm and that we have to look through puke instead of poo. I mean, it's the same concept. We're looking through excrement for items. Which we don't like doing, by the way, Blizzard. We don't like it. We have to get up here, I think. Yep. Well, he's an interesting looking fellow. Reminds me kind of the gremlins after they turn into gremlins after midnight, or, you know, they're fed or watered. That's kind of what he reminds me of, with a giant head. Instead of like a little proportioned head, a giant head. Can we see a fuzzy version of them? That would be cool. Some kind of event is going on here. Spoiler alert.
Hi, how are you?
Iggy holds his nose as he empties the spice pouches and addresses you in a nasally voice. Now that we have what we need, I'll combine it with my emergency rations to create a bait for the wolves. Whatever you do, don't eat this bait yourself. Just set it down in the vicinity of an oil-soaked wolf. If they're desperate enough to eat the microfilm, they'll come running when they smell the bait. Simply wait for nature to take its course, and then all you need to do is search the byproduct. Yeah, we're literally doing a shit quest here.
Alrighty then.
Why are they doing this to us? What expansion was the last poo quest in? Was it Wrath, or did they do one in Cataclysm? I would say probably Cataclysm. I think by Mist we were probably done with it. But yeah, I'm not sure. We need an actual wolf, right? Terrible. Just terrible. We have to do this 7 more times. Thankfully, there don't seem to be too many other people doing this quest, so at least we're not competing for the poo. It could be worse. It could be so much worse. Oh, it has a 12 or 15 second cooldown, so we can't even grab multiple wolves at once. So we need one more, and then we can be done. And that guy just took it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, I don't see any wolves out this way at all whatsoever. Which is sad. We had a good run there for a minute. Would have been nice if we could have finished it up pretty smoothly. Yeah. Here, we gotta respawn up over this way.
Good day to you.
Well, we've compiled with section 8.2, paragraph B of the emergency protocol here and recovered the film. Nothing in the protocol says I'm responsible for cleaning it, though. Injured or not, as squadron commander, I'm responsible for locating and returning the insignia of all fallen pilots under my command. In all the years I've flown under Fizzcrank, we've never failed to return the signet of a pilot. My injuries make it dangerous for me to stray far from the safety of the wreckage, but perhaps you would be willing to help me recover the insignia.
Off and away.
Yes, we can do that. That is a much more palatable quest than what we were previously doing, so it would have been nice to lead with that one. What do we need to do here? So these are the recon pilots. How do we get their insignia? Are they sparkly if they have loot? Is that what it's going to be? And if they're not sparkly, then someone else has looted them? Because this guy has nothing. We don't have an item for this quest or anything. Let's keep looking. Maybe we'll find another example of what we need. Oh, okay, they have a dialogue box. Search the pilot. Oh, okay. Was that an option with the other guy we found? I don't remember anything popping up when we hovered over him. Yeah, there's nothing on this guy. There's no icon to search him comes up. Okay. So we need one more. There we go.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you once again. With your help, I may yet be able to complete this mission, disastrous as it's been, and return to Fizzcrank to make my report properly and properly honor the dead. There's only one more thing left to do before I can finally return to the airstrip and make my final report. Section 8.2, paragraph D of the emergency protocol requires me to scuttle as much of the wreckage as possible in order to prevent our technology from falling into enemy hands. I'll give you my torch if you agree to help me complete this last duty. I don't want to think about what the Horde's goblin allies will do if these machines fall into their hands. Yeah, that's a good point.
Alright, then.
Let's not give anything to the goblins. Let's go take care of this stuff.
Greetings.
Would you be willing to head back to the airstrip and let Fizzcrank know that I'll be along shortly?
Very well, then.
Sure. Will these guys ever actually make it back to the airstrip? I'm starting to doubt it. But we can go do that. Let's go run back. We'll get this stuff turned in and we'll see if anything else changes before we end up doing the final part here.
Can I help you?
He has another quest for scouting the sinkholes. Fizzcrank sent out an aerial surveillance team to map the Nerubian sinkholes in the southern part of the geyser fields, but they haven't yet returned. I can't afford to wait any longer for their information, so I'm going to need someone to check out those sinkholes on foot.
Off and away.
How did we miss that, or is that a new one? Maybe we just missed it. Well, either way, it's something else to do. We did miss the elevator, so there's that. We almost got stuck, too.
Greetings.
Fizzcrank listens to your report looking somewhat relieved. I should have gone with them. We might have been able to complete the mission without losing any pilots. Tailspin is right, though. We have you to thank for what you've been able to salvage. Your efforts may just make the difference in the fight against the Nerubians. It's weird that these gloves have, like, racial restrictions. Human, orc, dwarf, night elf, undead, tauren, gnome, troll, blood elf, draenei. What is it missing? Why does it list these? Very, very weird.
Daylight's burning.
Okay, guys, I am going to take a little bit of a break here. I will be on later this evening to play a little bit more. And that is when we will do our Nexus run. We did our Nexus run. We do need to turn the Nexus quest in. We'll do our Utgard Keep run. And we'll get those two quests done. They look pretty straightforward. We do have the one Nexus quest we weren't able to complete. And we do need to get over to Koldara to turn those in. So we'll be doing that stuff later on this evening. I'm actually going to put us in flight over to Koldara now, and I can just get that stuff turned in. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate the support on the series. And until next time, take care of yourselves out there, and take care of each other, and we will see you back here sometime very soon. Bye for now.